how to use HTTP service to make requests to external web servers from a Roblox game. So firstly, you have to insert a script into server-script service or anywhere on the server, because you can only use HTTP service on the server. This is to prevent exploiters from having a field day sending requests from Roblox. Next, you need to turn on the HTTP service. So we'll go to Game Settings, Security, and enable HTTP requests. Then click on Save. Okay, now in our script, let's get the HTTP service by saying this. Okay, and then let's create a variable for our URL. Okay, so the URL of the web server that we're going to request. So let's just get a URL. I'm going to use this URL, which is RoProxy. It's a way of reaching the Roblox APIs, because you can't use the Roblox APIs on your own. You have to use a proxy server. And what this will do is it will return a bunch of information about my Roblox user. And I'll see if I can get it on the screen. Okay, here is the data that you get from going to this URL. So by using HTTP service, we can pull all of this data into our game and then use it however we like. So I'm just going to keep that down in the corner so that we can see it as we're making the request. And what we're going to do, in order to get that data into our script, we need to make a call. So we'll say HTTP service get async. And then we'll put the URL in, and then we will store this as a variable. So we'll just put this as HTTP response for now. And what we then need to do is we need to decode it, okay, because it's currently in JSON format, all right, JavaScript object notation. We want to decode that so we can access it like a normal table in Lua. So we will say local decoded equals HTTP service JSON decode, and we'll put HTTP response in there, and then we can print out the decoded table. Now this is assuming it exists, so let's just say if HTTP response then, and we'll put this in here just in case, and then it should all be good. So let's click on run, see what happens. Okay, so we've got a table returned here, and if we look at this table, you can see it's exactly the same as what we've got down here in the corner. So we've got created, description, display name, has verified badge, ID, is banned, name. All right. So there you go. That's a very simple request. You can then pull out any of this data from this table. Say I wanted to get whether I'm banned on Roblox or not. You could say decoded.isBanned and then print is, and we can get my name as well, is decoded.name banned, and we can say is banned, and we'll just make that a string so that it doesn't cause an error, and we'll run this again and you'll see no, I'm not banned. So that is how you can use HTTP service to make requests. Now what is this usually used for? Well, you see a lot of Roblox games these days that have code verification, so it will check to make sure you're a user of their group, or whether you follow them on social media, or whether you're a member of their server or not. And also lots of games now use HTTP service to log things about their game, so log when users join. They sometimes use it for ban systems, for external data storage. It's really useful to know, because you can do lots of fun things such as this. But also you can do other things. You can also send requests to servers. I've just shown you how to get data from a URL, such as roproxy.com, but there's so many more APIs out there, which you should check out, which will let you pull in all sorts of data for your game. You know, for example, you could pull in the amount of likes that your Roblox game has got to create a like goal, or you could, you could pull in details about when the next live event is going to be. So that is how you do HTTP service requests. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any more video ideas. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of them, and I'll see you in the next one.